You cannot help but be inspired by the beauty of the North Cornish coast. It is just that wild, intrinsic, natural place, and that has always informed what we do here at St Eval. Everybody thought we were completely mad starting a candle company on the north coast of Cornwall. I loved candles, and then my husband was inspired to go and look at these machines in Germany with me. We set off on this wild trail that we didn't know was going to lead to this wonderful company 30 years later. I was very lucky to grow up in the country, and I love natural fragrances, spices like the orange and cinnamon. They are connecting you to something that is bigger than the sum of the parts. Ian joined me 25 years ago, so we've just celebrated his 25 years of working together. He joined me just after my husband had died, a few months afterwards, and he'd never made a candle in his life.
I grew up on the north coast, not that far from here. I can see the same lighthouse out of my bedroom window at night that I saw as a child, so I feel privileged to be here and want to preserve it and, pass it down. As a farm, it's quite special. It's been a family farm for generations. There's a lot of meadow that hasn't been ploughed, as I say, for a long time. Bat boxes, swift boxes. We've got bee hotels around the place. This is our spiritual home.
To be able to work not on an industrial site, you actually are in the nature, wild and natural. So you're making a product that's connected to nature. It's a wonderful place to be.
Harry, Sarah's son, has joined the business 6 years ago now, and that's given us the boost of youthful energy that we probably needed to say, let's get this to the next level.
A big target at the moment is trying to reach net zero by 2030. We've got solar panels on our factory, we've got a wind turbine, eliminating single-use plastics from all products.
There's zero to landfill here. Everything goes back into recycling.
It's about how do you make it circular, how do you look after the environment, care for the people who work for you, give back in some way to the area that's allowed you to be successful. What's amazing about the factory, you go into the old part where we have this old drawing machine. They seem to me the heart and soul of the factory. When you watch a candle being drawn, it's beautiful. You can't really believe that you can get this wick going around building up wax.
You run it by eye and by touch. You feel the candle. Does it feel right? Does it need to be slowed down or sped up? What's the wax temperature? All of that's done by hand and eye. There's a skill. You need waxy fingers to run that machine.
I feel a lot of love goes into the making of our candles, from the people in the factory to the design to the dreaming it up of the fragrances. Every aspect of it is a complete teamwork. We have this room that is designated to the testing of candles. You see all these beautiful burning candles, but it is the burning heart of St Eval.
Whilst there's one team being madly creative, there's another team being madly sensible. We test for light stability. Will sunlight change it? We've got what they call burn cages that can measure very accurately if any soot comes off.
I feel so proud when I'm in there. Look at these beautiful products, and they're all being tested to make sure they're spot on. So much of our world is just here today, gone tomorrow, with product and materialism, and I want to produce something that has longevity and is something that you can relate to over many years. You want to come home and light a candle with your favourite fragrance, and you suddenly feel like, oh, I can relax. I can really just relax, let go, and forget about the day and whatever else might have been stressing you out. Feel you can just let the day disappear.